Everyone's had one, or at least it feels that way. We're talking about the side hustle. Whether it's freelancing, running an Etsy shop, consulting on weekends, or building something bigger in the background, side hustles have become the new normal. In this episode, we're sharing our real stories of hustling on the side. Between the three of us, we've each had our fair share of after-hours projects, some that turned into opportunities, and others that taught us where to draw the line. We'll dive deeper into the wins, the burnout, the lessons learned along the way, and our thoughts on hustle culture today. Welcome to Behind the Brand, the podcast for small business owners, solopreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs who are ready to start strong, stand out, and stay bold. I'm Taylor.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Isabella, and we're part of the powerhouse team of marketers at Moxie Creative.
We're taking you behind the scenes to explore what it takes to build and grow a memorable brand.
Ready to get behind the brand? Let's dive in. Hello, Moxieverse. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brand. I'm joined by Kelly Kane,
Hello.
per usual, and everybody's favorite Moxie,
Hello.
Mo
Mr.
Moxie.
Mo. And today, I let Kelly pick the topic.
Woo-hoo.
So what are we going to talk about, Kel?
We're going to talk kind of like the pros and cons of side hustles.
Okay.
Just, I don't know why I've been thinking about that lately.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a great topic. I think we all sitting here have had a side hustle of some sort,
Yeah.
or
Thought of it.
thought of it, or from your point of view, you've had employees that have it, and so what does that look like for you as an employer? I currently have no side hustles. Mo, I know you're always kind of trying to do a little bit
Yeah,
of
so
something on the
let's-
side.
well-
Where should we start? Why do you think
Okay.
people think of having a side hustle?
Okay, so I think it really started with the millennials. Because when my generation, I'm Gen X, we didn't really have side hustles. We got a job and we did our job type of a thing. I know that people would, maybe start side hustles to maybe turn it into a job or whatever. But I really think it was that millennial generation. I didn't do any research on this, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was because of the Great Recession. I know there's
Sure.
a lot of trauma in the millennial generation watching their parents struggle during the Great Recession
Yeah.
and things. But I think that term side hustle kind of came up with the millennials.
Yeah, hustle culture for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think Gen X is a hustle culture, like, really hard workers and things like
Yeah.
that. But I think the side hustle thing was maybe because they're not making enough money and they need a side hustle to complement their income, or they maybe had a side passion, or, maybe they're not doing the job they want, so they do side hustle, to do something that they love.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that if okay, I'm going to start this business and then it's going to become my full-time business. But I think a lot of people they think they have to have a couple different streams of income. Or I think there's also been articles out there that you should have a couple different
Yeah.
streams of income. So people are kind of like, you should have a side hustle.
Yeah,
Type of
for
thing.
sure. I think Dave Ramsey's gotten rich off of millennials, basically, and that's like his whole thing. Like,
Does he talk about
yeah,
that?
Yeah, and,
Okay.
which is whatever. I could go on about
Yeah,
that.
so I've watched people trying to have a side hustle. I try to have a side hustle. I really love interior design. I try to start a store, and I felt like my attention was split. I was exhausted, wasn't doing well in either space.
Yeah.
Of, having a full-time job.
and
and
that's an
trying to do
intense
that.
side hustle. That's like two businesses. But yes.
Yeah, but I think this millennial culture, they can do things on the internet. I remember a gal that's an Herbalife coach in town. She had said, I think there was a survey during the Great Recession. If people had just $200 more a month, maybe they wouldn't have struggled
Sure.
so much, Anyways, Dave Ramsey, whatever it is, it's become a thing,
Yeah.
right? I actually believe that you should, I don't want to say side hustle, or have a hobby, because I know Mo does some design on the side. Michael does comic books. I decorate. I don't do it for money. I just do it a couple times for for nonprofits, but I can't do it all the time. I think it's okay for a hobby. I don't think it's okay that you feel like you have to do that because you're not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
I guess that's my personal opinion, that we should pay people enough that they don't have to have a side hustle.
I love that a personal opinion, Kelly.
Yeah. Do you like that? You think that's going to trickle down to you? I just feel like, and I guess this kind of goes with multitasking. I have ADHD, I multitask and stuff, but multitasking sucks. Why do we have to do so much all the time?
Yeah.
I just think it's overrated and whatever. So again, if it's your passion and it's something that you want, like Michael has kind of a different, I wouldn't even say it's a side hustle, because I
Yeah.
don't think he makes a ton of money or
Yeah.
anything. He does it because he loves it,
Yeah.
right? And that's his hobby. But let's say Mo, for instance, you work a full-time job and you go home and you want to do some freelance. How do you feel like being on the computer 12 hours a day?
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
just who I am, and I could do it 16 some days,
But lately,
Yeah,
You're like, no, it's enough. I have a family.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't even, it's also maybe like not always that. For example, like we're kind of chit chatting with a client of yours that you work with on the side, and we're, talking about, okay, this is what it could look like if you come, and work with Moxie as a
Yeah.
company. Part of the reason why you approach that conversation with them is like, because you just don't have the time,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
the
And like,
capacity.
they're like, we want this, this, and this, and we want it by this time. And you're like,
I can't.
well, I
Yeah.
can't do that. So it's not always
Yeah.
like, cause I love it,
Yes.
or,
I don't know. Maybe as he's getting older and wiser, he's like, I can't do so much. Because
Yeah.
I do think it's
Other
an
priorities.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just think there's an issue with people who work all day and then they're going to do the same thing all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just too much.
Yeah.
right?
It can
go
be
ahead.
too much for sure. If I didn't have any obligations, I probably would just be doing design.
You
all
would,
the time,
yes.
Yeah.
yes you
Which
would.
is just weird, but I just love doing it. And that client, it was like a personal connection that I started doing work for them,
Mm-hmm.
and I had done some work for maybe 2 years, and it was just every so often. And then I just told them at one time a project had taken way too long. And I told them, hey, this is just how it is now. I love working with you guys, and if you can get stuff to me sooner, I can continue to try to do it. But if it's like tight deadlines,
Yeah.
maybe come work with us
Mm-hmm.
at Moxie.
Yeah.
And they tried some other people, and they really came back and were like, we just really want to work with you. Yeah.
And to be clear, this was before you, a lot of these relationships you had were before you started at Moxie.
Yeah.
And maybe had more time.
Yep, I was doing
You're
my
freelance,
own thing,
yeah.
freelancing, and I definitely had more time. And then when I had started teaching, and then while I was teaching, I started at Moxie, and also I have 2 little kids, and
Yeah.
so it really was like I had to shift
You
how I was
recognize
doing
that
things.
you,
yeah. So I
yeah.
tried to bring everybody in, and I have been trying not to do freelance stuff, but then I get involved with my kids' sports.
It's
and-
like volunteer
Yeah,
stuff.
that feels like, the volunteer
We all do
kind of
that.
stuff,
but I end
yeah.
up doing marketing for them.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
always
yeah.
the marketing person
Yeah.
on every committee too.
Yeah.
But I also, forever have done my little T-shirt shop.
Passion project,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Where I just do goofy T-shirts and have a website and to use the money to buy stickers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's so fun. I feel like my experience with Side Hustle is a little bit more to a couple of the points that you made. Like, one, I felt like I needed to be making more money, and 2, I was like not doing what I wanted to be
You were
doing.
inspired.
So it was
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I was pulling at so many other things. I, right out of college, got sucked into an MLM. Lovely.
Which one?
Oh, Rodan and Fields. However,
yeah.
I am obsessed with skincare now and have great skin. So, like, it gave me that.
Do you use Rodan and Fields?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk after what you do.
No.
I need some skincare.
Yeah,
Definitely
just
not.
Maybe that could be a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was at my job before coming to work with you, Kelly, I was like wanting to, this was kind of like when people were starting to make jobs as like social media managers.
Yeah.
And I like don't even really love social, but like I kind of ventured
Anybody
down
can do
that,
it, right?
that
Yeah.
path. At
And
one
you were
point in
making
time, yeah,
pacifier
which I
holders?
really did love that. I just didn't, I had Colts. I didn't have like enough time to be like crafty like that, but I did love making. I made
what did you make?
pacifier clips and teething rings and like wristlets, and that was really fun. I did enjoy that, but I think I lost a shit ton of money on
Right.
it. So,
Those kind of
you know,
hobbies.
yeah, but it was super fun while I was doing that.
Yeah.
That is probably the only one that I'm like, I really actually did enjoy that.
But most hobbies cost us money, don't make us
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
I learned that a long time ago too.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
okay if you still need to do things you
yeah,
like.
and it gave me kind of like the creative outlet that I was
Mm-hmm.
looking for. I was at an employer that, I mean, I don't want to say I hated my job, but it was just like, this is not filling up my cup the way that I want it to be. Like,
yeah, you weren't
my
really
dream.
quite in
But
doing all the marketing.
Yeah,
You're doing
yeah,
other
yeah,
things, so.
yeah. So that was my experience with
Yeah.
side hustles, and I'm really happy that I'm in a place where I don't feel like I need to do
Same.
that for any reason anymore.
Sure. When in my career, you couldn't have a side hustle.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, like, how could a boss tell you you can't? But
Right.
It really was looked down upon,
Yeah.
and you shouldn't do that type of a thing because you weren't putting all your effort into a job. For me, I just think that if people do other things on the side, I think it's other ways to fuel your creativity. Like you guys, and even my past business partner encouraged me. Like I like design, but I like more interior design and event design. It can fuel your creativity
Yeah.
for your job, right?
Yeah.
I think some things are complementary. I feel like it's tough when you're doing the same job as a side hustle. then you're just
Yeah.
really spreading yourself thin. But, I think Mo drawing fun stickers for himself and not a client fuels his creativity. I think Michael writing and designing comic books fuels his creativity. I do design. I don't know what it does, but I don't get to do that here.
Yeah.
And so I don't think in terms of graphic design. So I just think that it's creative, so that's cool. I think some of that is good. It's like passion things.
Right.
It makes me sad when people feel like they have to work 2 jobs.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I think another thing, I've had positions where they weren't the most creative, but they were in the design field. And I always was trying to take more creative jobs, create a better portfolio.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. Or volunteering and doing kind of that stuff can add to your portfolio.
Yeah.
Give you different experience and leadership experience.
Yeah, and working with nonprofits and things, they want to use your creativity. So it definitely filled my cup. It built my portfolio.
Exactly.
And then good relationships, like if there is no longer a freelance thing or a small job, and they can come work with us here, that's even
That's
better.
good.
So
Right. But imagine that you work all day and you have to work so many hours a week on a side hustle. I mean, the internet is full of, you can just do this so many hours a month and get rich. I wish I could figure that out, but I just don't have
Right.
any more energy or time to want to do that. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
the
I
younger
don't really know
generation
if you
does.
can actually get
I
rich
know,
from
but I'm
that
just
stuff.
saying, it's like
As
you
someone
said-
who's been sucked into shit, I don't think you can get rich from
Yeah,
it.
but I mean, not even MLMs, but it's always like, hey, I write these books for you and sell them on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or
I'm
the
always
people
in-
that go to TJ Maxx and like buy stuff and then they sell it on Amazon. I'm like, I just
Exactly. I guess I
No.
don't have enough wherewithal or enough capacity to do
yeah,
that.
and they make it look so.
So I
simple,
think
but
we go back to our title. Our pro of side hustles is it can fill your cup, it can fuel your creativity, it can get involved, you can meet people, it can do things like that. I mean, the con is you're stretching yourself too
yeah,
thin.
yeah. I
right?
think burnout is very real. Being stressed about you're trying to make money but you're spending money, and it's a lot.
Right. And so I don't know if people are still doing the side hustle thing or what they're doing. What do you hear about that?
I mean, if I just look at like
What about your friend
yeah,
group?
right. I don't know anyone that at this point in time has a side hustle. And it maybe was a little bit closer around like COVID times where people realized like, what is worth it? And stretching yourself thin and running rampant on things is not the way to go, and seeing kind of little reward for it. And then I know you said like, oh, hustle culture, that's like a Gen X thing. But I do think millennials maybe coined it just in like a different way. Like it was very prominent when I like got out of college, like just hustle and you'll be great. And it's like, okay, well, that's like not, I'm hustling. I don't know how much more I can hustle,
Yeah.
So I think we've taken it upon ourselves to be like, I'm not hustling anymore.
I thought
I'm
millennials
pulling
were all
away from things. I want to, I'm going to be a trad wife instead. It's like,
No.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that's like the direction a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I
And then
meant
there's a medium,
what I meant about that was that, I mean, Gen X, we were about you work.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But millennials were all about, about them.
Yeah.
That's what they said, but now they're the ones doing the side hustles too. So
Yeah.
that's kind of maybe a misnomer that millennials are lazy and just care about their personal lives.
Yeah. I think when it was like, oh, about them, it's like, well, how can I make more money to make myself,
to go on a trip or something
like
fulfilled.
X, Y, and Z or whatever. But
We can't ignore the generational trauma there, the recession
Yeah.
either. Like, I might lose my job, so I need to have something on the
yeah.
side. I think
Well,
that's very real
I also
too.
think like it's also, that piece of the generational trauma, but also like our parents. Like I feel, like my parents didn't go to college, and my dad has been at the same place for 33 years. So longer than I've been alive. And my mom did go back to college later in life and got her RN degree. And, we were both going to college at the same time, which was kind of funny. But it was like, I want you to have better than I had. So then it felt like me, and, this is like also first child
Yeah.
syndrome,
I
whatever.
better
I'm
work
like,
hard for my
yeah,
mom.
like, so my parents can be proud of me. Like, I'm going to go to this school so my parents can be proud of me. And it's like, God, they probably would have been proud of me, like,
At a state school.
yeah, like in a lot of different ways about life, So, but I think that's part of it too. And like, I always am. I remember one time I was talking to my dad, and he was like, "Yeah, your stepbrothers just are always asking us for money." And I was like, in my, mind, like, I'm so glad I'm like not that kid. Like, they're proud of me because I don't have to ask them for
Right.
money, you know, and good, bad, or otherwise. So yeah, lots of
I think you can
lots
hustle.
of things.
You
Maybe I
can
should go to
hustle at
therapy about
one job.
that.
You don't have to hustle at
Yeah.
two jobs.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I do think there's like you said, Dave Ramsey too, about have a side hustles to protect your income if you lose your job, type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
What would that be? Like mowing lawns or?
I don't
delivering
know. Like I think a lot of people like maybe MLMs.
Yeah, I
like,
think that's that's a huge thing, and
right.
I don't know.
Or like
when that's gonna
taking
stop.
side projects like on I don't know, virtual assistants or social media.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
Abby.
gonna say.
Yeah, Abby. Well, you've just diversified your work portfolio.
But it started as side hustles,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
You made your side hustle into a full-time
Yeah,
job.
but that was your goal too, right? Well, the rise of Etsy, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can.
I
sell
wanted to be that
anything.
person. I wanted to craft full time. I never figured that out. I did.
Great.
You'd pay me to glue flowers to stuff.
People make.
You just don't want to
crazy
sell
money.
your stuff, Kelly.
No, yeah,
You
I know.
just
I
make
like it
it
too
and
much.
store in the basement.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could.
I can't take it with me.
You do a lot of crafty stuff that you could sell.
Yeah, I don't have any more side to hustle.
I
You
feel
know.
like your hubby is kind of a king of a side hustle.
Oh, for sure. But he made it his full time job.
Yeah.
See, yeah,
Well, he makes Bloody Mary mix. He makes booyah.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I say
He has
booyah,
scarcity
Kelly-
trauma.
Betty
He was
says
a
how
poor
much.
kid, and so he doesn't want to run out of money. So he does that. And like I convinced him not to do the booyah. Like you don't make much money, and it's so much work. But you know, he made a small batch.
Yeah.
But again, passion. He likes to cook.
Yeah.
I think that's cool to do things for
Yeah.
your passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to find some passions.
You're a young mother. You're lucky you even show up. I mean,
Yeah.
when your kids are, I had no
Yeah,
hobbies.
Okay, that makes me.
And
Feel
you're in the thick of it too. You think it when they're babies, it's a lot of work. They start getting into sports, and then you're just running. Your hobby is driving.
Yeah.
And throwing them French fries in the back seat. Here, eat. We gotta go.
The hobby is clipping coupons for McDonald's.
Yeah, I didn't get any hobbies until my kids were out of school.
Okay, that makes me
Yeah.
feel better. I tried really hard last year for Christmas. I asked for like a cross stitching set. And I thought, I'm going to do hobbies. I'm going to get into cross stitching. I loved it. And I made one over our Christmas break. And I haven't picked
Yeah.
anything
Did you see that
up.
thing where they punch? I wanted to get one of those.
Oh, I did
those
just
puncher
see that.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would do one too and be like over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd get.
I
But the thing with you is, Kelly, you'd get the whole setup.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, you would get everything to.
Like the
be-
cricket I never used.
Yeah,
Only
yeah,
Mo
you get
uses it.
everything to be like, I'm gonna do this whole punch art for the rest of my life, and you do it one time. That's why I love
There's
so
a
much about you.
compliment
You
in
go
there.
all in.
Yeah.
You go all in.
Yeah, but then have no time. I really want my hobby or my passion project or my side hustle, whatever you want to call it, in 2026 to be exercise. Get back to exercising.
You can do it.
I'm dying. But instead, what I like to do is just major remodels on my home. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with my house, but let's just redo the front.
I mean, it looks gorgeous.
I know. And yeah, it wasn't cheap, but okay. Your turn, Mo.
What's my side hustle for 2026?
Oh, sticker printer.
Possibly.
Oh yeah. What was that conversation?
We're buying a sticker printer.
Yeah.
So we can just print our own stickers.
Yes, that's what I want to do, but he wants to become sticker mule. Watch out, sticker mule. Here we come.
We won't sling our political views at you either.
Oh, we're doing that. Our first round of stickers are going to be all political.
All political.
But I don't know. Mo hasn't come with me with a proposal
Yeah.
yet. He was trying to do it on his own, and I'm like,
It has to be good.
Is this what you
Yeah, that
schedule
was-
time on the schedule for? Sticker research?
yes,
That's-
sticker printer research. Well, he won't do it if I don't give him the time. He's busy.
I for sure thought that was like,
A joke?
no.
Oh, to find a printer.
Find a printer for our upcoming project.
That's the thing. So I've ordered sample packs from like 20,
Every company, yeah. so
20
many.
and some keep popping up, but they're just like this new one that I was supposed to have stickers for tomorrow for the event, and it's been like 3 weeks and they haven't even sent them, and it's just the worst customer service, and it's probably someone's side hustle. Like,
Okay. Now I'm going to be a total hypocrite as we've gone through this process here talking about side hustles. I keep thinking about, because they tell you that for companies you should have passive income,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So here I am trying to figure out how Moxie can make more money, and
yeah.
I'm
See,
starting a
okay.
side hustle with a printer business in the basement. So I'm doing exactly what I told you not to do.
But it's a collective side
Yeah.
hustle. We're all putting
I know,
into
but
it.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably burn ourselves
it's
out. doing it,
vertical
too.
integration, I think.
Yeah,
they
or
call
That's
it.
what they call it.
Complementary businesses.
We design the stickers and then we pay someone else to do it. This time we'll just be doing the stickers and paying ourselves.
It's like
to
Hops
do it.
Direct, straight from the farm,
Yeah.
no middleman.
I guess we should just cancel this podcast right now because now we're doing it.
No more podcasts. We're getting into sticker business. The 4 hours we spend on this every month. Has
I
to go
meant
to
this
stickers.
particular episode because we're talking about side
Oh!
hustles. There's pros and cons, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, side hustles can become your permanent career, just
Yeah.
like Abby. You kind of dip your toe, and then it's like, hey, I really want to do this, right?
Yeah.
Take the
Yeah,
Take the leap.
Take the leap. Yeah. Well, they certainly have their pros, but they also have, their cons. Can open doors, spark creativity, ignite your passions, all of those things, but also stretch you thin. I've been the victim of that.
Cost you more money than
lot
you
of ways. Yeah,
make.
cost you more money than
That's
than
a
what you
hobby
make.
then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
But at the end of the day, I think if, you want a side hustle, I think you just need to be intentional about it and, set
Or
clear parameters.
Try it and ditch it if you need
Yeah.
to, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Wonderful. Well,
Sticker printers.
yeah.
Now I'm getting all excited about
Okay,
it.
well, everybody, join us next week to hear about our sticker
We're
printer
gonna learn how to
saga.
do sticker printers. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Behind the Brand. If you liked this episode, share it with a friend. If you didn't, share it with an enemy. To keep up with us, follow along on our socials. Links are in the show notes below.